Loki? Loki, you're moving the camera. Please don't smell. No. Alright, you guys, welcome to Nessa's Nook. Welcome to my new channel. I can't stop smiling. I've been wanting to start this for a while now. Starting a second channel is kind of scary, just because it reminds me of starting my other channel, and like a lot of work goes into starting and growing a channel. So thank you guys for being here. Also, this is a lamp, if anyone's wondering. So today we're doing 5 books. I have read like 6 other ones that I was gonna include in this video, but it's definitely 10 p.m. Also, I'm very hungry, I just realized. But when am I not? All right, so the first book is Brain on Fire by Susanna Cahalan. I forgot to include this in my last books you need to read video on my other channel. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it at first because it's definitely different from what I naturally gravitate towards, which is like a romance novel. Yeah, it's a true story. So it's about Susanna. She's a journalist, and you know, one day her behavior starts to change, takes a turn, and she feels like she's, you know, losing her mind. And without giving too much away, this book is basically like the journey of like getting her diagnosis, like of when she's finally diagnosed. And what I loved about this book is it had me Googling a bunch of things, like a lot of medical terms, you know, just a lot of stuff that I didn't know about. And I love books that make me do that, but I could not put this down. It is so well written. It just really opens your eyes to like just the world of like people being misdiagnosed, and like it's crazy, like the number of people that are like misdiagnosed at a young age, and then like it's crazy. And so thanks to her, actually, like a lot of people are now being diagnosed with what she has because of her story. So it's really powerful. I highly recommend. I give this literally a 13 out of 10. So good. It's also a movie. But yeah, I don't know what else to say without giving too much away, but Brain on Fire, my month of madness. This was great. It was so good. Okay, so up next is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. This was a book that I randomly picked up at the airport because I had seen it. I ended up loving this. Also different from what I usually gravitate towards, which I liked. It was a pleasant surprise that I ended up liking it. It definitely is a 10 out of 10. My hands were sweating at some points in this book. It had me at the edge of my seat. So basically the main character, something happens and she goes to London to have some time off, clear her head, right? And she ends up running into something that basically sends her on a journey of uncovering this thing's like historical background, historical past. And this book is really cool because it actually switches between present day and like the 1700s, 18th century London time to like the time of this apothecary. Okay, so I don't want to give too much away. This was definitely like not spooky. Maybe it was spooky to me just because like again, all the books I read, I like to have like, you know, some romance. This would actually make a great movie if they haven't thought of that yet. This is also one of those books that I did not see the end coming, like at all. And you know, it has a little bit of magic in here, if you'd say. So yeah, I really liked it. Okay, so this next book is probably one of my favorite of all times now. I raved about it on my Instagram already, but Crying in H Mart, Michelle Zauner, who's actually in Japanese Breakfast, if you guys didn't know that. But this is a memoir of her and her mom, and this is so beautifully written. First of all, I give this a 15 out of 10. I couldn't put it down. I think the reason I fell in love with this book so hard is because it reminded me so much of my relationship with my mother, and it was crazy to see like the similarities of like, you know, 2 different cultures, moms, and the way that they are, because a lot of her stories from her childhood resonated with me 100%. And when I was reading this, I would literally stop and turn to Crawford and be like, this is crazy. Like, some of the things she would do as a kid, like I would do as a kid, some of the things like her mom would say, like my mom would also say. I literally have a list of Korean foods I want to try now because of this book. I wrote them all down as I was going. I did cry. This book is very emotional. Beautiful, but definitely emotional. So just warning about that, because I definitely cried, but it's great. I don't know what else to say. Book number 4 is the Song of Achilles. I didn't think I was gonna like this. I really didn't. I just realized I chose a lot of the books that aren't like my usual go-tos. It's Greek mythology, but it's like a twist on the story of Achilles. If you guys like Greek mythology, you'll definitely like this book. I did cry, but I'm a sensitive person. It's hefty. It's around 370 pages. Now, it did start off kind of slow, I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's why I was like, am I gonna be into this? But once I was in it, I couldn't put it down. Also, what I love about this book is that at the end, it has like these little pictures and descriptions of like gods, goddesses, and like the mortals, immortals, heroes that are in the book, so you can kind of like review. So yeah, I highly recommend, go get yourself that book. Last but not least, you saw this in my 24-hour reading video, our Queen Colleen Hoover, November 9th. This book, now I am someone who, which I hate, but I can usually predict the end of a book early on, which I don't like, but yeah, I'm usually that person. This was one of those books in a long time that I did not see the end coming. But yeah, I don't want to really say what it's about, because even if I tell you like in the simplest way of like what it's about, it'll give away like the timeline of like of what it is, because of the title basically. So yeah, I mean, 10 out of 10. I've liked every Colleen Hoover book that I've read at this point. If you're gonna read this, definitely grab a box of tissues. Any other Colleen Hoover books that I should read, let me know. I've read November 9th, Ugly Love, and It Ends With Us, and I pre-ordered It Starts With Us, so that'll be here in October, I believe. But that was my 5 videos? My 5 books you need to read. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Again, I love your guys' book recommendations in my comments, so comment down below any books you think I would like, I should read. Make sure you guys are subscribed and have the bell notifications on so you don't miss a video on here. I'm so excited, and I'm happy that you guys are here. So, but yeah, I love ya, we're doing great, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye.